How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Homie G, and I'm back. All right, we're in my elective class, and we're running this lesson here. So the question was, guys, when is it best to start building your multiple income streams, right? Multiple forms of income. Now, Derek defined it as, say it again, Derek.
When you have multiple streams of like cash flow from different places.
Multiple streams of cash flow coming from different places. Now, I've already shown you that I have all of these except business income, which I'm working on with my e-commerce shop, which sells my merch. And it's not paying me every month. So this is why I don't say I have number 5, but all the other ones I have. Now, I am 47 years old. Okay, that's my age. And I have all of those on that list except one pretty much working really well. But how about you guys? Should you start building multiple streams of income as soon as you can, getting out of high school, or should you wait?
Yeah, you can build knowledge and set yourself up for the future, because when you gain experience, you don't know everything.
Okay, so you're saying, yeah, start right away because you set yourself up for the future and for retirement. And that's not a bad answer. However, Jeremiah, as a young person, what are you going to be lacking in the most?
You're still going to be broke.
You're still going to be broke, okay, which is a temporary condition, as I've already mentioned to you earlier. It's a temporary condition. Not really. You might have some money coming in. Okay, it's not this kind of money. 1, 2, 3 dollar signs. It might just be this kind of money. And at this point in time, to divvy up this little money that you have coming in from, most likely, because you guys are coming out of public schools, right? And unless you have deep connections with somebody who's wealthy, most likely you're going to have to go get more schooling, which means you're going to still come out and either be an employee. Most of you, 99% of you, I would say, end up being an employee, okay? How many of you actually end up being an entrepreneur? 1%, maybe. And these are some statistics I'm just coming up with the top of my head here. To be an entrepreneur, maybe it's more, probably more. But coming out of public schools, right? And that's the problem with our public schools, is we kind of coax everybody to do this. Our teachers, our counselors, our administrators, we push everybody to become one of these guys, an employee, which means W-2 income. Money you make from a job, right? From a job. So is it going to be a lot when you come out and you got a job? Even if you went to college and you got a degree and you went out into the real world and you got yourself a job, is it going to be a lot? Well, someone tell me, yes or no?
No. Yes.
Maybe. Why? Because maybe what kind of job might pay you a lot coming out of college or university? Computers. Okay, we talked about that. Being a doctor, that's going to take forever. Okay, but still, Derek, what else have we learned that even though you might be making a lot of money, because you went to college, what might you have that's going to hamper you?
Financial literacy.
Financial literacy problems.
Yeah.
And lots of
Debt.
which still means that unless you're very disciplined, right? Very disciplined in saving or very disciplined in keeping your costs down, which means living below your means. Unless you're doing that and putting a lot of money into savings, you will not have a lot of money to work with. So some people say in the YouTube universe, not to start building multiple streams of income right away, rather to focus whatever little money you have and putting it all into one basket, right? To specialize in something, putting all your eggs in one basket and to specialize. What does that look like? It might look like this. Buy, instead of 10 stocks, which is a portfolio that's diversified, it might mean take more risks. and actually put all the money you can into one or two stocks. One or two stocks. Okay? Now that might be riskier, right? Because what happens if that company tanks or the stock doesn't perform as well? You might lose a lot of money. But if you're minding your one basket, if you're minding it, it might blow up. Case in point, last year I had no more than 5 stocks in my brokerage account at one time. And I would just trade them in and out. And sometimes I had less than 5. I focused over $20-something thousand, close to $30,000 into Coinbase when it had tanked a year and something ago. And people were saying, this stock is done, okay? They were saying on the news, they were saying in the media, Coinbase is done. Why? Because look what they're doing to crypto. They just took out the FTX. They just took out all kinds of exchanges. The government, we have this guy named, I forgot his name, but he was working against crypto, okay? Gary Gensler, that's the guy, Gary Gensler. Okay, you know what he was doing? He was trying to end crypto. Okay, this guy, he was working with politicians, anti-crypto politicians, to end crypto. And so the stock was down. It went down because it wasn't looking good for that company, for Coinbase. But I said, you know what? I'm putting most of my eggs in this one basket, Coinbase stock, which was Coin. And at that point, nobody was in the trade. Nobody wanted to do that. It was too risky. It was too risky. But I stuck with it because I knew if there's going to be one exchange that most people are going to use to trade their crypto is the one that's actually trading in the market. It's the one in the stock market right now. And that was Coinbase. And I kept adding and adding to my position. And I just told you when we first started this, I sold more than half of my shares when it went up to $180-something a share. I made $15,000 on that one trade, on that one single trade. And that's what you guys could do when you're young. Instead of starting to create all these multiple streams of income, sure, maybe 2. Maybe have your earned income if you're an employee. And maybe, what else could you guys be doing? Capital gains from stocks. Okay, so you're putting whatever money you have available to you. This is the easiest way to build wealth, the stock market. Okay, so what did I just say? Where do you want to put most of your money that you're not spending, that you're actually saving? Do you want to put it in the bank to earn interest? Is that going to help you get wealthy? Interest from the bank? No, right? They don't offer you much. What did I say to do then? Put it all into the
Bank.
No. Capital gains from
Stocks?
stocks, exactly. But do I want you to buy a whole host of stocks when you're 19, 20? Like 20 stocks?
No.
What do I want you to do?
I like 2.
2? Okay. 2, 3, okay, maybe, sure. Focus, concentrate, specialize. Put your money, and guess what? Will that drive risk? Yes. Could you wipe out a lot of your money? Sure, if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? So I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm saying learn about the stock market. You might not want to do it right away. You might want to give yourself 5 years of experience, on Robinhood, trading stocks, before you decide to really hone in and focus. Okay? But you're not going to get wealthy by distributing your very little disposable, investable income in a whole host of streams that you reserve for when you're older like me. Now that you have a lot of cash, when you're in your 30s, let's say when you're in your 30s, then you start buying rentals. You start, getting into a business maybe, equity stake into a business, or you might even buy a business. But you're probably going to want to have to wait to do that, okay? In the meanwhile, focus all that cash you have available into building wealth as much as you can. Amplify, guys, okay? Do we understand now? Okay, the difference between trying to do it too early, you spread yourself thin. Wait till you have a lot more cash, then build the multiple streams. Okay? Thank you.